Yo, Mo.
Hey, what's up, though?
Hey, all I ever wanted was a black Grand National. Fuck being rational. It's not enough.
It's never enough. It's not enough.
Boy, what's good? Keeping it Reggie over here.
Iceman weekend. I don't know.
You chill. You started off hot. We started off hot. One for. Speaking of hot though, Mo, let's just get into it.
Yo, Her, what's up, dog? What's up?
Yo,
Let's
we
do
in
it.
May. We in May. It's coming through. You know,
It is.
right?
Shouts
You know
to
what's
all the
about
mothers
to
out
happen.
there. I know it's your month. Happy Mother's Day. You know.
Yeah, happy Mother's Day. You know, missed that, but we back. And and the summer's about to start soon.
It's gonna be a hot summer.
Now, do you mean that in different ways? What do you like when you feel like it's gonna be a hot summer? What you mean? What we talk about?
I think both literally and figuratively, right? Like I think we're gonna experience some heat. Make sure y'all fine tune y'all ACs and all that because it's gonna be hot. And of course, at the same time, I mean, you know, we're in the middle of the best movie ever, so you know we just gotta keep watching.
We in the middle of the best movie ever, yo.
I mean, yo, you know what I'm saying? The sports is scripted, the politics is scripted, you know, the reality TV is scripted, everything is scripted, bro. It ain't even AI. That's the crazy shit. It ain't even AI.
Ain't even AI. They ain't got no boys in common.
Yo, I know.
This is crazy. But yo, I feel you though. And I feel like the ice is gonna melt pretty quick. I feel like the buzz is gonna melt.
It's gonna die down? You think it's gonna die down?
So. I give it 2 weeks. I hate to say it. I give it 2 weeks.
I mean, you gotta give the market time to digest. I mean, it was 3 album drops, dog. I mean, you know, you can't get through them all, you know? You gotta
So this is the thing, man. And you know, I don't want people to think we haters, right? We haters, whatever. But we just calling what we hearing, right? Like what we hearing, I only listen to the Iceman album, right, so far. And from what I'm hearing, everybody's like, yo, you gotta listen to the other 2 albums. I'm like, there was 2 other albums. We just been talking about Iceman this whole time. We was just talking about Iceman. What we doing? What are we talking about?
That's a good point.
So I thought, you know, this was the Villain album that was a year late. You know what I'm saying?
He was working through his feelings, man. You know what I'm saying?
He working through his feelings, partying next door and stuff, right? Yeah.
Yo, actually, how do you feel about that? Like, you know, some critics are saying that he's a little too emotional on, you know, with everything and like more of this is many years later, but some critics are like, yo, this is like fire. This is, I don't know if that's just the Glazers or what, but you know, I just didn't, the tracks that I did hear, I mean, I thought they were funny, some of them, right? Like the Rihanna joint, I thought that joint had me laughing. For real, I ain't even gonna lie. Where he was like your girl ain't drop a single or something like that.
You was watching you watched the videos?
I saw, yeah. I mean, if that's what came through the feed, sure.
He got like a visual with. He got like a lot of videos out there too for the songs. I noticed. So he really,
I think that
he went hard on this.
I mean, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm at a point where I'm trying to see how all the business things play out because I feel like while as a fan, you just looking at like the bars and all this, bro. There's a lot of money involved in this situation right now. All right, let's stop playing.
Yeah, I think contractually, and I think that's the whole thing. Contractually, that's why he dropped 3 albums because he's trying to run out of here.
He's trying to fulfill the deal and bounce.
He's trying to do what he can so he could then do what he do. At least that's what we think. We don't know, right? He
see, but this, I don't know if you remember a while back. I was saying like, hey, imagine if Drake actually did just go independent because at this point, his social media presence is big enough where he don't need anybody to. He doesn't need a label or anything like that for his reach. And the artist that did do it, I think, was like Tory Lanez, where he did like an NFT album or whatever. But ever since that time, I was like, we need like a major artist to go solo, like to go independent, and then everybody else picks up the blueprint. So maybe, but this is the thing. I feel like they've tarnished his image so much. They succeeded in that, where if he does go independent now, he's lost so much like momentum, dog. So many people within the niche of hip hop don't respect this nigga. He may still get his pop fans, you know what I'm saying? Like he's still gonna do his streaming numbers. He's still gonna be like a worldwide artist. But within the genre, it's like, we don't believe you. I don't care if you put Future on the album. We still don't believe you.
Yeah, I kind of like that track too. There's some tracks I like. You know, like I thought it was a cool album. I think it was just the song sounded very similar to each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just the Iceman, right?
But then there's
But
people
I'm
that are
sorry,
like,
y'all Drake fans. You know what I mean? Like I'm sorry, y'all. But yo, if you come out with 3 albums and I listen to the first one and I feel like it ain't going where I expected it to go or whatever, what makes it worthy to listen to the other 2 albums? Why would I think that I need to take my time and listen to the other 2 albums? I don't know. Maybe I'll do it in the next couple weeks. I might listen to them joints.
we are in the attention we are in the attention economy, bro. And like you really gotta compete for my ear, for my eyes, for my sight, for my like attention, dog, because there's so much going on. Primarily my family. So
Yeah,
like you
yeah,
gotta start from
definitely.
there. Like, you gotta start like peeling off from there, right? And it's just like I got
Mm-hmm.
yelled at because I ain't have like my cell phone, I ain't have like the Apple Watch, I ain't have anything tracking me in the 5K. So it was like, oh, we couldn't tell like what the progress was. And I just didn't want no electronics on me, man. I'm just trying to run, do my thing.
Yeah, Drake. We know we trying to do your thing, man. We just,
Look,
we just
man,
calling how we hear it. It was
it's
cool. It
cool.
was better
It's
than a
cool.
lot of it's definitely better than a lot of the shit that's out there. I'm not gonna hold you, right?
You
But
still better than 99%
yeah,
of the
yeah,
artists that's out
definitely,
here trying to,
definitely,
like,
definitely.
and it's just
But
unfortunate that, we have this perception of you, dog. You gotta switch that. You gotta change that. You gotta work on changing that for us, right? Like,
yeah,
and good luck, because
it was like. So before we get off of it, it just for me it was very like greasy. Like he was talking real greasy on the whole album, right? Like, and I felt like that's something we wanted to hear, right? But not right now. Like we needed that right before the Super Bowl. You know what I mean? Like we needed that before the Kendrick Super Bowl. We needed that, right? We didn't need the party next door. You know what I'm saying? We needed this greasy talk right before the Super Bowl came out, right? Like, but
yeah,
you
yeah.
know what?
Yeah,
We
you're
not
right.
on
You're right. Because
we
he did that.
not on
Well,
his
that's the
team.
thing, right?
We
Like
not on his
when it
team, bro.
comes, but that's
He
the
went
thing
on
though. When it
tour. He
comes
went to
to
Australia and shit.
the thing is that when it comes to Drake, it's
He
like
vacated.
his songs they gonna be listenable, right? Like they are
Yeah,
gonna be
yeah, yeah, yeah.
listenable.
No, no, the songs are listenable. Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's just like, but like for him, right? Like it's just, bro, you're on a different. We put you in a different tier, so
Yeah.
you gotta like, you gotta live on that top floor, like of the penthouse, whatever, right? Like, so when he talks his smack about all his like, it's kind of, I guess it's old now. Like we know, bro. We know you got a bunch of money. We know you the man. Can we give us something new? And I think that he's trying to do that, and so he's putting out his feelings, but
Did you hear the joint? They remixed the joint, the internet wild. They remixed one of the joints. I think it was too hard for the radio, right? And it's supposed to be like a Bay Area beat. And they put the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air theme song, like it was had him,
wait,
yeah.
wait. That was an overlay, man. I thought he got his permission
Nah,
from Will and them.
nah, you
I thought
still
he,
nah. Yo, the
yeah.
actual track is a Bay Area type beat, but they was killing him because of the way his flow. They were like, really, yo, really, my guy,
Yo,
like
big
so
shouts to the internet. Y'all making this shit so entertaining.
crazy.
I can't even front, bro. Like the internet is
Yeah,
killing it right now.
but yo, it's hard to come out with album in general. To come out with 3, shout outs to Drake, and we wish you the best. And I'll get to the other 2 albums eventually. You know what I mean?
I
And
mean,
see
I
what's
hope
up.
I hope that there's no like no funny language in his contracts to say like, nah, you can't release them like back to back, or you can't release
Oh,
them
that would be
within the same
terrible. I
calendar
would doubt.
year.
His team got to do better if that's
They
the
got,
case.
yeah, right.
That's crazy.
They
Hopefully
wouldn't
not.
do this without knowing, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Look,
So
man, I just look, man. I'm not rooting against anybody. I want him to do well. Um,
yeah,
good luck against Universal Music Group and them. I'm
yeah,
rooting for you, bro. Go ahead. I want you to be independent,
yeah, yeah.
but they definitely have tarnished his image, so it's not the same, man. He just
I could see.
so he's like, it's like he's trying to, how they tell artists like, hey, you have to be vulnerable with your fans, like you have to let them in. They need to
Yeah,
know about your life. But it's
yeah, but
true. Maybe like Drake, just his life is shallow compared to the rest of us. Like he's got a bunch of money. Like he's lived not a normal life, bro. Like Degrassi and like, he hasn't lived the everyman life, man. Let's be real. Your man was a child actor, a performing artist. Like he's different, man.
I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna slam him too much. I'm not gonna slam him too much. You know what I mean? Like I do listen to the music here and there and stuff like that. So, like, you
Yo,
know,
you asked
hopefully
me offline. You
he
asked me
bounced back.
offline. You asked me
What I asked you,
offline.
what you talk about?
You asked me offline what I thought was his best album.
Yes, I did. I did.
And
I
so
did.
I still stand by Nothing Was the Same,
Okay.
but I really do enjoy If You're Reading This Is Too Late.
Oh
I
yeah, a
can't
lot.
lie. I
Yeah,
forgot about
yeah. A
that one.
lot of
I
people.
really
Yeah,
yeah, I really
yeah,
like that one.
yeah. He
You
had a
know,
lot of
he
ghostwriters. A lot of ghostwriters.
damn, all right. I guess
Yeah.
I like the team.
Nah, but for me, I feel like the like overall like together as a full body of work. To me, I told you Scorpion. I think was like his
Yo, that joint, yeah.
because
Yeah, Scorpion
it
was
had
yeah.
the greasy talk and then it had the
But
you know what I
yeah.
mean, and it was well balanced. It was the one album that had the it was well balanced between the
Like,
two type of.
I mean that you now that you mention it, when I first heard that song, Give Me My
Come on, man. What you?
Respect, you know that joint. It's a really not about
Oh,
I never
nonstop,
stopped that joint.
nonstop, nonstop.
Yo, when that song came out, I was like,
Yeah.
I really believed him, right? Like, still at that time, I still believed like what he was saying, right? I was like, word, dog, put some respect on my man's name, you know, like. And now it's like,
Yeah, it's just one of those things when you lose a battle, you lose a certain type of sauce a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
you know,
The man, and
he know what
that's why Kendrick killed him when he said that line where he was just like, you know, it ain't gonna work the way it used to. I forgot exactly how the line go, but
it's kind of when you think about it though, like it's real fucked up though, bro. Like the allegations
I know.
and for everybody to be dancing and singing it, you know what I mean? Like that's tough. I could only imagine how that feels, bro. You like, damn, yo, everybody just singing this shit. And this is serious shit. Like people get locked up for this type of shit, you know?
Yo,
Or
he
do
should have
they?
just
Or do they?
he
Because
he should have no, they
Epstein
don't.
and
He should have just dropped the video and it should have just been like an AI. You just switch Drake's face, like Tony Montana's face with Drake face. Cause
no, but he
that's
lost with AI. He lost with AI already with the Snoop and the Pac shit.
yeah,
So
that was
he
yeah,
may
that
not
was
fuck with
no
AI no more.
yeah,
You
that
know what I'm
was no
saying?
good.
All
That
right,
was no
so
good.
enough of that. Let's get back. We was talking a little bit about movies. We always talk about movies real quick, right? I did get
Mm-hmm.
wind that hopefully later this year or beginning of next year, we're gonna see a Voltron, live action Voltron. And like that's gonna be I don't know how this is gonna fare out, but Henry Cavill is gonna be the king, I think. He's not gonna be one of the Voltron like
He's not
heroes,
gonna be
but
one of the okay.
and then Sterling K. Brown is gonna be I forgot the villain's name, but I think it's Zarkon or yeah, something like that, right? He's gonna be the main villain in the movie. I mean, yeah, in the movie. You got two big names. I could only imagine them signing up if it's gonna be solid. It's Amazon. It'll be dropping on Amazon Prime. So it's gonna go straight to streaming. It's not gonna be in movie theaters.
That's what
So
I'm reading.
that's the big talk. Like, everybody feels like, "Oh, why is it not going to just let it live? Like, just let it live. Why do people gotta like? I don't know. Just let it live, bro. There's a lot of things that come straight to streaming that's straight fire. You know what I mean? Like there's some movies that have dropped that are straight fire. And you know what? That's how they want to do it, right? That's how Amazon wants to do their shit. Let them do their shit like that.
I mean, I think that again, on the business side of things, I think this is a move for the actors to have a lot of upside. So meaning if you can shoot this video, if you can shoot this movie within a streaming budget, but make like blockbuster kind of numbers because people can
Right.
just watch it from the crib. And maybe as an actor, you don't get the upfront money, but you get the royalty money.
Yeah, that could be true. There could be different
Yeah.
ways the contract works for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
Cause this is kind of like a big franchise to
and
go
it's gonna be
straight
the
to.
first time they're doing this shit. So it just really
The
I think
movie
it's
will
something that they're
bypass
playing
theaters
with.
and debut exclusively on Prime Video. Hey,
But
as long as it's not another stupid Jake Paul fight, I'm good with it.
yeah,
This
yeah,
guy, man, I'm just
yeah.
tired of seeing this dude.
Well, hopefully the joint is fire. You know, like the He-Man trailer was fire. So hopefully we get something, you know, before, you know, it drops or something. some kind of trailer to see
I
what
mean,
we
the
working with.
the danger is it's like we've seen the Power Ranger movies. We don't need a Power
Yeah,
Ranger
but
movie right
nah,
away.
hold up, you fronting because the last one was alright. It's just people was sleeping on that. That to me, they should have kept that going. That I think it dropped what 2018, 19, something like it was recent. They dropped one. You haven't seen that one? He probably ain't seen it. You seen it, right?
I saw the trailers and stuff. I didn't watch
It
it yet.
wasn't bad, bro. It wasn't bad.
I
It wasn't
know,
bad.
but
So
I kind of want to. All right, I'm gonna watch these trailers later. It's really kind of crazy. I'll be the fat
yeah.
dude.
And talk about hot summer, yo. The blockbusters are about to arrive.
The
So
season's here.
it's Mandalorian next week.
Mandalorian.
So
Okay,
season's about to start, man.
got
So more to
Mando.
come with that. Sports, my G. You know we gotta tap into sports real quick. Pause. The Knicks are waiting. Let's see. Actually, the Knicks may already know who they facing as we speak. Oh yeah, the Cavs are up by 30. The Cavs are up by 30 with 7 left in the game. That shit is atrocious. I cannot believe this, especially with that post being leaked.
Internet, y'all know what I'm talking. You know what we talk about. Internet,
You know what
stop
we talking
playing.
about? It was on a streaming service or something, and I think it was
There was a video
Dom
on
that dropped
Prime.
that shit. Dom dropped that shit.
Dom dropped
Yeah.
the shit. I saw it on X. I don't know. Maybe y'all saw it on IG. But he dropped the joint. He was like, "Yo, why this commercial out already? They didn't even play each other."
Shit said Knicks versus Cavs, Eastern Conference Finals. That's reckless. And you know
I
what was
mean-
recent? The bodega was on that joint. Yo, all of them shit.
You know what's crazy? In the
That's
past,
crazy.
before this period of awakening we all on this truth vibe that we all on, before I would have just been like, well, yeah, because you got to prepare a media package for both scenarios. So maybe they just aired the wrong one. The thing is, they should have not aired any one. Period.
I ain't gonna hold you. You are definitely right. So like when they do the champion, like when they have the t-shirts, right? The merchandise, Eastern Conference, they have them pre-printed. Exactly. You already know, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we know the game.
So
You know
that's
what I
gonna be
mean?
the official if they ever address it, that'll be the official, like, oh, somebody messed up over there.
I don't know how
Amazon.
much traction that joint got, but we definitely saw it.
The internet saw it. I don't know about the mainstream people, but the internet definitely saw it.
But one thing I do wish, and I'm gonna go to baseball now, that we saw some shit like that for the Mets.
Man.
Yo, because right now, shout out to the Mets though. They just beat the Yankees twice out of 3 games, right? Fuck out of here. I know all the Yankee fans, they talking shit. Then they can't believe that your boy is a Mets. You know what I mean?
Soto, they still can't get over it.
I might be me.
I'm doing what COVID did. They'll never get over it.
Everybody like, yo, how you from the Bronx and you a Mets?
Yo, man, again, let me set it straight.
I might have to censor this.
Listen, let me get it straight for all you people. How do you end up? The question is, how do you end up being a Mets fan when you live in the Bronx? Well, the way that happens is that when you grow up, you're not watching Matt Noakes and Danny Tartable, okay? Kevin Sachs, all right? You're not watching those guys. You watching Dwight Gooden, Al Strawberry.
Let them know.
Howard Johnson, Coquette, Lenny Dykstra. You know what I'm saying? Gary Carter. Coke Boys all day, dog.
Tell him.
You know what I'm saying? Keith Hernandez. Gold glove after gold glove.
Keep going.
Shout out to my man Don Mattingly, though. You know what I'm saying? Mookie Wilson. Remember Mookie Wilson?
Shout out to Don Mattingly. Yo, but that's a good answer because people don't realize. So for us, we our time was late 80s, early 90s, right? Like, you know what I mean? And the Yankees really didn't start coming up for us.
They missed all of the 80s.
Until the late 90s. And the Mets was the shit when we was coming up.
Yeah,
you know
like if you're a baseball fan, you know what I'm talking about. The 70s, like the mid to late 70s, that was like Reggie Jackson. The Yankees was killing it.
That was Yankees killing it. But we wasn't
Ricky
here.
Henderson came over, Dave Winfield, all of that, right?
We wasn't
But
here.
I don't know what happened in the 80s. It's like they ran out of payroll.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what happened. And so
George was like, yo, I got to take a break. Can't spend all the bread anymore.
And that's where I went to the games in Shea. You know, I don't know what
Yeah.
to tell you. They brought me. I didn't bring myself. My family brought me. You know what I mean? Pops and shit. I didn't
Absolutely,
bring
you know?
myself. Anyway,
Yeah,
we
nah.
got love
So
for the
that's how
Yankees.
so that oh, man love, man.
Got
Bronx
love for the
Bombers.
Yankees. But y'all
Bronx
be
Bombers.
disrespecting
I mean,
sometimes.
it's
But
a New
anyway.
York thing, right? Like it's New York. You gonna get real disrespectful with one another, you know?
Oh man. But yeah, shout out to the Mets. Hopefully we could get to 500 at least and start from scratch. 20 and 26,
Listen,
not too far.
yo,
Not
baseball's
too
tough,
far.
man. Baseball's tough, man.
Baseball is
Because
tough.
basically you gotta get the winning streak when the other team has the losing streak.
Yeah,
You know what I'm
exactly.
saying? And that's what makes it difficult. So we'll see if they can close the gap.
Yeah, you could easily go on a 5-game winning streak though in baseball because if you play, you know, a low tier team and
Yeah.
your legit pitchers in the rotation are up, you might be all right. You know what I'm saying? So
You know, I don't, it's not time for me to get into baseball. Yeah, I really don't get into baseball till like August, September. You know,
yeah, we know.
it ain't the way it used to be. It ain't the way it
Yeah.
used to be. But
I'm
you
trying to
know,
stay with it.
they saying that the Yankees pitcher staff is the real deal. So for us to win 2 out of 3, I guess
That's
should
that's
pass
a
my
kudos.
people.
That's a kudos moment, exactly. Before we get off of baseball, this dude on the Chicago White Sox, bro.
Yo,
Japanese
Mortal
player.
Kombat 2 came out. My fault.
Murakami, yeah, it did come out by the way.
Yeah.
Murakami, man, my man, he's like the
I'm looking at the blockbuster
Movies.
schedule here
Yeah,
because
Yo, that
you're not
dude
lying,
is
though.
looking
You're not lying.
crazy. Yeah,
Who?
Murakami, the dude on the White Sox.
Oh, from the White Sox.
Yeah, crazy,
Yo.
crazy.
Listen.
I hope they make the playoffs or something. Like,
Yo,
it's
man.
been dark days for the Chicago White Sox, by the way. So hopefully they could, you know, this is a good spark for them. You know what I mean? Like, I don't even know the last time the dude's been nice. Do you know when the last time?
The White Sox?
The White Sox.
I mean, it was pretty good.
There was a
Maybe
time in the early 2000s, I feel like. I'm trying to remember. No.
They had a pretty decent run with this guy with Abreu when he first came in.
Yeah, and then like when Frank Thomas was like old, he was like kind of he was like on the way out, but he was like on the way out, and then there was like these new cats coming in, if I remember. But
I mean,
it's been a minute.
They pretty much I mean,
it's been a minute
because Frank was on his way out, and then that's when the Mets got Robin Ventura. It was like,
damn, yeah, it's crazy.
That was the Mike Piazza year. Yo, that was 20 years ago, dog. Good luck, White Sox. Y'all need some love, man. It's time 20 years is a long time.
Yeah, yo, but if you anybody checking out baseball, check out this dude.
Yo, listen, I know if y'all baseball fans, I know y'all like Otani and all that, but your man right here, he's also a samurai, yo. He be unloading, dog. Like, I started to watch some of his highlights. Come on, man. We talking baseball, man. Get your mind together, bro.
Say it. Unloading.
Oh,
that's crazy.
Gosh,
my
man.
fault. You know, I had to.
Yo,
man.
all you baseball people, man. All right. Yo, let this nigga know in the comments, man.
He tight.
Real. Cam, man, listen. Don't be playing that Cam shit over here.
Yo.
It is what it is, shit. Man, boy, everything. Everything is a problem.
Anyway, it's not that serious. Here you go. All right. So speaking of, we're gonna go into, you know, we done with the pop shit, right? So
are we?
Yo,
yeah.
Something that's
Disclosure
been a trend.
day.
Something that's been a trend, right? He's looking at this list. I can't believe you. They've been talking about how people are leaving the country, the US, or people leaving specific major cities like New York, LA, or state like California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and they're going to different places. What you think is the reasoning for this? Do you want to start with the country, or do you want to like start with
we could
New York City as an example?
Well, I mean, people are leaving New York City because they don't want to. I mean, they trying to hold on to the money they work for.
Now, when you look at the numbers, so it said close to 200,000 people in the last, I don't know, 4 or 5 years, right?
Mm-hmm.
Does that seem like a lot of people to you, though, Mo? Like for me, I don't know if that's something like, oh, you know, you talking about a population of like 8 million people, over 8 million people. So percentage-wise, that might be like super light. You know what I mean?
I mean,
so what you think?
Whenever those percentages aren't like in the like 0.001 kind of area, like when they are single digits, like 2% of the people moved, it's too much, bro.
It's still too much.
It's too much because the way that it works is the way that it works is like the states extract money from these people, right? So all of a sudden, when these people disappear, there's nowhere to. And the thing is, like, you would say, oh, you know what? Like, they quit their job and move somewhere else. But what's happening right now is that the jobs, they're not there, right? Like, when people leave, it's usually because the job left. Like, so they leaving
Yo.
and the job is not coming back. And then that's what plays into like this whole AI situation that we're running into now too, right?
You
Like,
made it, yeah, you made an interesting point when you said that the state, right? You said the state takes something from them, right, et cetera, so they
yeah,
leave. The crazy thing is, so they may think about moving to a state that they've, like, an example would be like, oh, there's no taxes for this specific state, right? But little do you know, this is why you got to do research before you go somewhere, et cetera. You got to spend some time in a specific place because it's just gonna be a different type of system, right? Property taxes may be higher. You know what I mean? You may have low, you know,
it all depends. Like,
costs and specific things, but you're gonna get hit somewhere. Schools may be trash.
you
You know
really
what I
have
mean?
to assess your personal situation. You know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? So like,
Mm-hmm.
New York is a high tax state, but New York also has programs that they still fund
Crazy programs.
that you may not find in another state. You may need that. So you're
I
gonna have
could
to deal. Yeah.
mm-hmm.
I know
I
you
could
can relate. I know you
I
can
could give
relate.
all the parents that have a kid on the spectrum.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yo, if you're trying to move to Texas and you have someone on the spectrum and you're looking for support, you got to think twice about that. I'm gonna tell you right now.
It ain't gonna
I'm gonna
be
tell
what you
you
can
right
find in New
now.
York.
It
That's
ain't
for
gonna be
sure.
what you could find. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But
And not only
yeah,
that, but like in the case of New York, even like Los Angeles, right? It's one thing to have a large number of people move. It's another thing to have a number of like people who pay a lot of taxes move. You know what I
hmm
mean? Like, and when you look
that's a good point.
when you dig deeper into the numbers, there's a
hmm
large number of people that pay more taxes that are leaving. You can't make up what they paid by taxing all the other people because the other people don't make enough.
Oh, you mean the
So
upper middle class?
yeah, which
That
is like a slide,
apparently
which is like a
is way
sliding
different right
scale.
now,
Yeah, exactly. I was like, damn, dude,
which is getting interesting now,
shit,
right?
I've been downgraded. Nigga. Like I'm back to 20
So
years ago.
bro, I think I told you this a few years ago. I was like, yo, the manager role is like, it's not even supervisor anymore. Like
I mean,
they
this is
basically
crazy.
demoted, like they demoted. Hey, you got us doing our thing, well, at least feeling like we're doing our thing, getting to manager status, and then
It ain't
now
what it used to be now.
it's like the new,
Yeah.
supervisor or lead. You know what I'm saying? Like, so, but anyway,
So
nothing wrong
look,
with that. People still moving up, but it's just, it's tough. You work pretty hard and then it
I
changes.
mean, and then the other thing is like, okay, so then you have like the
hmm
taxing of the individuals, but then you have the taxing of the businesses. Nigga, when the businesses leave, then you really in trouble. And that's what's happened to California. On the California side, it's been more about Tesla being like, I'm out and taking like out 8,000 jobs with them. It's like, whoa, right? So now
hmm
you're not getting money from the corporation. You're not getting money
hmm
from the
hmm
people that used to work around there and like provide, money for restaurants and this and that. Those people are not there no more. So those restaurants and that shit all dies too.
Bro, chain reaction, right? So
Yeah.
like, I think we said this a few times in the past. Is like, this is all connected to each other. Like, so the minute you lose a few components, right, and at a drastic rate, it's gonna affect five more things. And then once those five
Mhm.
other things are affected, then the next five, then the next 10. And then it's kind of like, where are you? This city may just be done for a little while,
So
right?
look,
Like,
from 2020 to 2025 to July of 2025, all right, so
yeah.
6 months ago, basically, California has lost 1.1 to 1.2 million residents.
Damn. See,
Peaked in 2021. They lost 408,000 people. That was the COVID scare. That
mm,
was people like, yo, these laws are crazy. We out of here. You know what I mean?
mhm.
22, a net loss of 342,000. 2023, a net loss of roughly 268,000. So they're losing less, but it's like
It's still,
most of the people who can afford to leave have already left. The people who are sticking around are the people who are having trouble leaving.
mhm.
You know what I mean? Like can't find a job in another market or just
That's the
stuck
other
because of
thing.
programs or whatever, right? Like the things that we were talking about.
And Mo, the big thing is, like you said, they could go somewhere new. The job market is going to be completely different. You have powerhouses in different industries in different states and areas, right? So,
Yo, that's where that Warren tracker come in, dog.
yo,
That
okay.
shit is crazy. I can't believe you put me onto that.
Before we go into that, and it's good because this is all connected, just like you said. Going back to that layoffs. So the layoff tracking right now in May, we got to check out what happened for April.
April? Okay,
Yeah,
hold
can
on.
you look at what happened for April? But one thing I just saw was it's only been what 2 weeks in May so far, and they already had 38,000 layoffs. 38,000.
38.
Yeah, and you got 2 more weeks. And you got 2 more weeks in May left. Now, I could imagine Spirit probably has shit. I don't mean to laugh. Spirit has some
A
contribution.
good chunk of that, yeah.
Yeah, right. But there was some
But
other
still,
things
man.
happening too. But 38,000, like hopefully April, when you come up with that, hopefully it wasn't close to 100,000, because if that is the case, it's looking like every month we're getting to 100,000, which could put us on pace to have 1 million people laid off by the end of the year.
Yeah, man.
Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. And Mo just mentioned the Warren Act tracker. There's actually a tracker out there, y'all, where you could look up from all the way from 1987 to right now. You could look up where the layoffs happened. Right now, it's reported on the tracker for 2026, right? It says 700 plus companies have already filed for this year, right? They already reached out and filed something. That's a lot of companies. That is a lot, bro.
I mean, that's
Yeah.
all that's the 10% that make up the real value of the stock market, probably.
So did anything come up for April? Nah, it's probably not. I remember we was getting in trouble with April for some reason. It was like trying to figure out what was going on. So
I mean, I don't want to be okay. I'm taking this as gospel. Okay, it's saying that there was
gospel. That's crazy.
it was just a decline in federal jobs by 9,000 jobs. Nation, I don't know what that means. It's a sector. It says 13,000 jobs.
Hold on, I just typed in something. Oh man, you ready?
Yeah, what you got? Because I
You
don't like the way my shit is being framed. That's why I said
this is my G on GPT. He says U.S. employers announced 83,000 job cuts in April 2026, up 38% from March's 60 plus thousand cuts. So year
listen.
to date, you're looking at a little bit over 300,000. So then if you add, you're gonna be close to 350 if you add the 38, right? And then if you get 20 more, you're gonna be closer to the 400. So technically, we're on pace to get 800 to 900,000 job cuts, layoffs. That's just crazy. That is just insane, man.
I don't know what you're talking about, nigga. The economy is booming, dog. Like
The economy's booming, huh?
shit is booming. Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Yo, chill. Speaking of the economy booming, this is a little bit off track.
Oh, look at that. Cisco laid off 4,000 people in 2026. So
there you
they
go.
part of that
So
number.
Cisco. Oh, matter of fact, I think I got a short list, like you said. There's like a short list. I remember I saw it like I hate to say it, contribution list. That's crazy, right?
So the reason that I bring up this particular layoff is because there's a trend that's happening right now. If y'all pay attention, every time that layoffs are announced, stock prices rise on that particular company. It's the most perverse incentive I've ever seen in my life. And people who make money by not actually working, but just like trading and shit, they're killing us right now, man. They killing us, bro. They killing us. Like, you can't reward a fucking company with more capital when they fucking fire people, dog.
Yeah, that's they getting
I'm
rewarded for
telling you right
this.
now, this is not gonna continue in perpetuity. This is not. Like, this shit is gonna hit a wall, dog, at some point. The second that they actually stop believing that AI works the way they say it works, the money gonna stop pouring in, and then, it's gonna be on and popping. But in the meantime, we keep losing hundreds of thousands of jobs, dog. Like,
Yo, so here's some of the list. It was actually Cisco, Block Square. These are specific to AI linked layoffs, right? So you got
not layoffs, restructuring.
You funny dude. So Cisco, Block Square, which is like Square.
Yeah.
Coinbase, Freshworks, PayPal come up as on the list.
Of course.
So that makes sense. Those are digital companies technically, right?
Right.
So, but like some
Yeah. So it
examples.
says, so yeah, on May 13th, company confirmed plans to cut 4,000 jobs, represent about 5% of their global workforce. It says the layoffs are part of a reconstruction, some about demand, highest demand and long-term value. It says that they have record revenue, even though, So the announcement came as the same day. So the same day that they reported quarterly record revenue of $15.8 billion for the fiscal third quarter of 2026, a 12% increase year over year. They also raised its AI infrastructure order forecast to $9 billion. So
Shit's crazy, yo. Yeah,
there's
they
no
gotta
hope,
stop.
man. There's no
They gotta
hope,
stop
man.
doing this.
Like,
This can't be legal, bro. Because
shouts to all the workers that got stock options and shit like that. But
yo, I'm gonna say
this
this.
is not the
I'm gonna say this in a.
majority. Like, what? Go ahead, go ahead.
I'm gonna say this in a different way again because I feel like we mentioned this before. AI is a tool, right? It's a thought partner. It's to be used in a specific way. They want us to use it. Well, I think they have, and when I say they, I mean like the, executives of these large companies, right? They have a different idea of how it should be utilized, but it should simply be kind of just gaining some experience, some training on another tool, just like when you first received, I don't know, PowerPoint, Excel, or that type of stuff, right? You just need to know how to utilize the tool because really it is a tool. It's not like, at least for me right now, where it is a tool, right? So, but that's my opinion. But again, I think they have a
Look,
different thought process on how it should be utilized in the future.
I'm asked here, like, what
My
percentage
bad.
of Americans you think own stock
What percentage? I think
in
so. You
some
want me to
sort of
guess?
way,
You
directly,
want me to get?
indirectly,
You want me to
whatever?
guess?
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
want me to guess? Does
Uh-huh.
401k count?
Uh-huh.
No, right?
That's
It
called
does?
indirect. Yeah, yeah. Mutual funds, ETFs,
Man, that's
retirement
a lot.
accounts.
That's gonna be a lot of people then. But I would say 15 million, some shit like that.
So 15 million, we have a population of 330 million.
I think it got to
30
be
million would
higher
be
than that.
10%. So you're talking about like 5%.
No, it's got to be higher than that. It may be like 50 million.
It
50
says
million.
58% of American families
There
own
you go.
stock directly or
There you
indirectly.
go.
All right.
That's actually not too bad. That's
Only
way better than I thought.
only 13% of the families own individual stocks directly. So that means,
Oh, so
you know,
13% is where
that
I
means
was
BlackRock,
going.
Vanguard, and them really make all the money.
Yep. Yep.
The vast majority of stock ownership is indirect, primarily through
Well,
401ks and IRAs.
yeah, because when you think
Through
about it,
brokerage accounts. Yeah.
these companies that you mentioned, they have trillions of dollars worth in assets,
hmm
or they cover, or they manage
Well, because
trillions
they
of
they
dollars.
buy it on our behalf. But the thing is, like, so it's like we have a representative. It's just like
Yes. Yes.
our government, right?
Yeah.
So we
Yeah.
we we do work with, let's say, BlackRock, and
Mhm.
now BlackRock gets to make all the fucking decisions because they hold they don't actually hold all the shares, but they represent a large amount of people who own all these shares, right? So then they
Mhm.
go and they make all sorts of decisions that have nothing to do with you or me,
That's
and
how they
we
covered it.
and we give them the power.
That's how they cover the game. That's exactly what I was gonna
hmm
say. That's how they cover it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
You
crazy.
would never do it. Like if you would be like, "Nah, I ain't fucking with BlackRock." You're like, "Yeah, but your job is."
Yeah, yeah, yo. He said, "But your job is." That should be like a
Exactly.
part
Yep.
of a song and shit.
Seriously.
Yeah, you'll probably drop that. But yo,
So yeah,
just
man, it sounds like a good number, but the type of money that these people hold is
mhm.
crazy. Income disparity. Yeah. Stock ownership is highly correlated to income, while over 85% of the top 10% of income earners own stocks, only about 15% of the bottom.
One thing I want to say too, I like what you did there, and I appreciate you breaking that down because that's another game that they play. They play the percentage game, so they throw you out these different percentages to really confuse your
Just
ass.
to
Like it's
confuse you.
the multi, what do they call it? The multiplier.
Yeah, right.
They got like this multiplier method going on, right? Like, and so the way they explain to you the monies and everything is all through percentages, and then you get lost at what the reality number is that might be coming to your home or whatever. So anyway, Next
So it
topic, my guy.
says, so it
You
says
want to
like,
keep going? You want
well,
to
no,
keep
no, I'm
going?
just saying it's like roughly 40 to 45% of the people don't have any retirements, right? Like
There you go.
they
See?
don't have
That's
it.
interesting.
The majority of the participants, 60%, is boomers, 55 to 64.
You know what's crazy? That makes me
So when they
now you're making
disappear,
me
what's gonna happen?
now I'm wanting to go into a whole not a whole different topic, but a similar. You mentioned retirement, and I forget what I think it was around like 2012, somewhere around 2011, 2012. Companies were already starting to get rid of pensions, but that was like the death of pensions around that time. It's like, yo, companies, you're not gonna find companies that give pensions out, right? What
You know
was the
what?
concept? What was the
It
concept around pensions, and how did that kind of get, I guess, replaced by K? Like, cause 401k then became the workplace investment thing, right? Like, I mean, it was there. 401k was there, but it wasn't as like forced on. You know what I mean? Like companies were giving these pensions.
So pensions was like, hey, you work at, I don't know, let's say you work
You
at
work at
NVIDIA. You work at NVIDIA, okay? Pensions was like, hey, part of your compensation plan is gonna be that you're gonna own shares of the company. Like you're gonna be,
yeah,
and those shares, they're gonna go up and that's
yep,
gonna be part of your pension. So we're
yep,
gonna like invest on your behalf. The company's gonna invest for your equity into the company. But it was almost like the board members didn't want the workers to be shareholders. Like
yeah,
you just work here. You don't get no equity, bro. Like we pay you
yep,
and get the fuck out of here. Like you don't get to
yep,
enjoy
yep,
the profits. And
yep,
so when the CEOs over time have to cut costs and get creative and stay profitable and stuff. The 401k emerged in
yep.
1978, between 1978 and 1981.
Got it.
So the 401k is actually a social experiment, like many of the things that we live in under right now, that occurred, 40 years ago.
Man, bro, it's crazy.
Listen, the 80s was crazy, yo.
Yo,
We definitely
yo,
came into the fold.
yo, shit.
It says the traditional pension defined benefit plan didn't vanish overnight. It was effectively killed off in the private sector between
Hey,
2000
I just said that shit was killed off, basically.
due to a perfect storm of regulatory changes, corporate financial strategies, and accidental run as a 401k.
The accidental. Get
Yo,
the
I'm just
fuck
here to
out of
tell
here,
you, ain't none
accidental.
of this shit accidental. Ain't none of this shit
Hey, that
accidental,
shit
okay?
accidental. That's like saying what we gonna go into right now. That's just like saying, yeah, it was the U.S. accidentally tried to take over
I'm so
Cuba.
glad you brought this up. This is something that I'm gonna study this independently because they have it in eras. They have it the accidental birth of the 401k from 78 to 81. Then it says the corporate pivot from the 1980s to the 1990s. And then it says the
Yo,
freeze era from 2000 to 2015. This was a plan,
yo,
bro. This was a plan.
they always got a plan, bro.
The
Speaking
freeze,
of,
instead of closing plans entirely, major companies like GE,
yeah,
IBM, and
can,
Verizon froze them.
can, let's get into a plan that at least we think there's another plan in place right now, and that has to do with Cuba.
Yo, the Cuba plan is crazy.
What's the update right now on
What's
that,
he
Mo? You
doing?
got
I
an
mean, look,
update right now?
I don't
I
have
heard
a here. Let's see because what you
I
heard.
heard I heard US is reportedly preparing a possible indictment against Raul Castro. This is what I heard. This is what I heard. Related
I
to
mean,
1996 Brothers to the Rescue plane shoot down. I don't know what that is. Do you? Cuz I don't.
nah,
1996? Yeah, I wasn't even thinking about something like that going on.
I was still watching MJ
Man.
capture his last.
Yeah. Yeah. So I did look up some stuff. It says rumors about taking Cuba. There's also been online speculation and political commentary after statements suggesting the U.S. could exert stronger control or pressure over Cuba. The U.S. has not taken control over Cuba yet, though. There's no confirmed military takeover plan. Cuba remains sovereign. However, lawmakers and advocacy groups have recently urged the administration to publicly reject any military intervention talk. Okay, okay.
I mean,
But There's a lot of shit happening there, and we know the last report was US is basically saying to other folks that would look to help them, like, yo, don't help them, right?
Yeah,
So
they saying around find out. Don't
yeah,
FAFO.
exactly. And they continue to have so some of the details and the struggles that they continue to face is fuel shortages, severe
Mhm.
fuel shortages, blackouts, economic crisis, migration pressure. So these are different things that right now they're still facing right now. So but what I wanted to mention was why this could be, something that does continue to come up is, Caribbean, right? Like,
It's not going anywhere, man. It's not going anywhere. It's part of the bigger plan.
the bigger plan. There you go. Come
There's
on. They got DR floating right now. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I
They
mean,
they
it's a
they
connection point. It's a connection point, right? Like,
doing stuff.
we gotta see we can never quite tell what's fake, so we gotta wait for,
It's
like,
real fake. I like it.
48, 72 hours to see what actually happened out in China this week,
Oh
and if
yeah.
things was actually
Oh, that's
done because
right. Well,
we pulled into China, like, like, with his whole entourage. He's like, "Yo, Cook, Vidya, Musk, all of y'all, let's go. We out. Let's go show them what's good."
yeah, maybe we talk about that more next time. What you think?
Yeah, because we gotta let things
Yeah,
happen, right?
it's
Because I'm seeing,
yeah,
like, I'll see some reports that is like, "This
yeah.
nigga Trump is a herb. He got jerked." And then I see other reports where it's like, "Yo, this nigga's the man. He's playing 5D chess."
It's just like looking up Iceman.
Yo, exactly.
It's the same shit. Yo, they gotta stop playing with us with all this shit, fucking distractions, yo. They
You
all looking the
know
same now. They starting to look the same. And speaking of distractions, Mo, let's just go off it. Speaking of distractions, the UFO files.
damn, dog. Listen, big
Yo,
time distraction,
yo,
dog.
big time distraction. Do you know one of the craziest things? They released these files. Everybody, I bet you people like a majority of people are connecting when they see UFO, they already are thinking aliens. But guess what?
Absolutely.
None of these documents have anything indicating actual alien life on paper.
Uh-uh.
Everything is what like pilots have seen as far as unidentified objects, right? Like, you know what I mean?
My thing is, like, where was y'all niggas like 10, 15 years ago? Like, y'all clear now? Like, y'all good? Y'all not gonna get in trouble? Y'all gonna speak up now?
Yo,
Man, shut the
Mo,
fuck up, man. Stay your
Mo,
ass.
remember last year you said, yo, motherfuckers is done with NDAs. NDAs have this
Yeah,
expired.
yeah.
This
That
is
shit is
some
done.
government type shit.
Yeah. So now we gotta think, right? Like, why did all these scientists go missing?
Yo,
All
chill,
11 of
man.
them,
They
right?
all
So
gone,
now
by
so
the
now
way.
they
They
all go
gone.
missing,
They
they
all gone. Now
disappear,
missing. They gone,
gone,
bro.
disappear,
They gone,
abducted,
bro.
whatever.
It's crazy.
And it's interesting because they might have something to say about all this dumb shit that's coming out, and they might just be like, "Nah,
Yo,
that's cap. That's cap."
big
Nigga,
big
like,
homie, yo, big homie and Maverick and Dev, they was like, yo, it's crazy because they were the ones that were able to read the technology,
they would be the
understand the
ones who can
technology to be able to build these type of crafts and different type of technology. So now, guess what? We don't got those people. That's crazy.
like,
Yo, that's crazy, Mo.
there's only like a handful of people who can rebuild the grid if something were to
Hmm.
happen. Like, they knew
Hmm.
they understand how to put it. Not that they'll like put it together themselves, but they'll be able to tell people like, "Yo, this is what we got to do. Like,
Hmm.
go do this, do that," right?
Yep.
And so it's just like I just got this feeling, dog, that they just eliminating like very knowledgeable people about like very certain things. You know what I mean? And it's just like,
We were just talking about AI too, and now that seems like it's a part of the plan.
yeah. I
So you
mean,
get rid
because
of all the smart motherfuckers so
and now
that
AI could
you
basically say AI could
need the
basically tell
AI.
you, yeah, AI could basically tell you anything now, right? And since you don't have an expert to cross it, well, we just got a bunch of motherfuckers believing the AI, like the AI is completely right, and it's just
This
like
is
we
crazy.
we we on a slippery slope, man. And then people are like, "Yo, what the
Damn.
fuck?" So basically, it's almost consensus that our main competitor technologically in the world globally is China.
Mhm,
I feel like
mhm,
that's the consensus. So then
mhm.
you say that, okay, and you say that China's like kicking our ass, right? Like, Americans love to say that China's kicking our asses. So let's just run with that. All right. The China's kicking our asses. Okay. And so people are like, yo, so my thing is like, yo, these niggas got like 365 data centers that are reported, and they kicking our ass and taking, and we got like over 4,000 already, or we got like 3,500 already, nigga. Like, and so I'm like, are we trying to provide compute for like the whole world? Like, none of y'all niggas have data centers in
Well,
your
that's a,
country.
that's a, that's a
All the
good
data
point.
centers are gonna be in our country because all of y'all niggas gonna use Claude and Anthropic, and like y'all gonna use our AI shit. Is that I'm just thinking,
And so
like,
now that helps us go into this next thing, right? This
is that
next
the only
topic,
way that he
which
can?
is the infrastructure and the environment piece of it, right? And like, what is the plan? Like, what are y'all doing? And something that we talked about was fracking. Remember, years ago, fracking was like this big thing. Drill here, do this, do that, right? And then you had folks living in the same areas having basically, it was so hazardous you could fucking blow up your whole house by just, running your water and
The
then
interesting thing
lighting up a
is,
match.
I don't know who I was speaking with, but I was just like, I don't understand if these data centers are so loud, if they take up so much water, if they are
Mhm,
so damn large, why
mhm.
aren't they like in the middle of fucking nowhere, like in I don't know, Nebraska or something, whatever, just like in the middle of nowhere, right? Like I'm
So
sorry, I'm not trying to attack people who
no,
live in rural areas, but I'm sure there's rural areas where there's actually no people.
you make a good point.
And
They still have to run. They still have to run through different
so
things, right?
that's
So like,
that's what the person responded to me, right? They were just like, "Yo, they still need resources, so they gotta be close to resources." And I'm just like, "No, you don't." I've seen plenty of billionaires just buy an island in the fucking middle of nowhere and like send everything that they need over there. So they could do the same thing with the data centers. Just send whatever the fuck you need to the middle of nowhere. You ain't gotta worry about people breaking
and
in.
they
You ain't gotta worry about people like stealing
hold
the
on,
data.
hold on, hold on. Probably a good percentage of islands may not be here after a certain amount of years. So that could be a problem right there. They don't want to have to, you know what I mean, plan 15, 20 years, we got to uproot this thing, right? That could be another reason that they don't want to do something like that. The other thing, isn't there internet lines that go through the ocean or something crazy like that? Like, isn't that a thing as well?
Yo, listen, y'all can believe that we do our interneting and shit through satellites. We don't. Like, we do that
Is
shit
but it,
through
am I bugging?
underground, underwater
Am I bugging?
cables. You're not bugging because that touches something that Iran is using as a pain point, right? Where
Yeah.
they know where the cables run from like America to London and shit like that, and like from the Middle East down to India, and like so now they're just threatening to like blow up the internet lines
Yes, it's a real
unless
threat. It is a real threat. And then, back to what Mo was saying
they
about
don't
like,
talk about it because they want people to think that everything's happening in satellites and shit like that, but it's not, right? It's
yeah,
fiber optics that's in the ground.
just like we want to see what this sea of satellites looks like above, right?
Right. Yeah, we would
I
love
want to
to.
see
Yeah.
what the
Absolutely.
yeah, yeah. Another thing that came up, I hate to go into conspiracies, but real quick, Big Homie and Dev and Maverick,
Uh-huh.
they was talking again. They was talking about the reason why we didn't see footage from the moon, right? From them going over the moon. Apparently, China had reported years ago when they went over that their that side of the moon is potentially being occupied. Yeah, we gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. We're gonna leave it there. But going back to the environment and the
Intelligent
infrastructure concern,
occupation.
going back to the infrastructure environment piece of these different when it comes to fracking, data center, the latest videos that you see out there, Mo, you see people that live in, yards away from a data center and they have low water pressure. Nothing really coming out of this shit. So it's not where your house will get on fire, but you're not gonna have enough water, right, to do things. So it's a different type of ill almost,
I'm gonna
I
be
guess
real
for a
with you,
lack of a
man.
term.
To, to me at this point, like the honest truth is like for
Mhm,
AI to
mhm,
work the way that they want it to work,
mhm.
um, we need a different power source. We can't like we can't power like that futuristic stuff with like our current
And
output of
that
electricity and
mhm,
shit. It's just
mhm.
it's not gonna happen. Like
And they say they working on it, right? Like with the satellites, like you said, But it's like, yo, is that really a thing? Like, is that really right? Like, is it really real? Is it really real? The ice ain't cold. The ice is melting.